Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm the Game Bastard Kyle.
I'm just a bastard, Todd.
Corey.
And I'm Austin.
We are still playing Blades in the Dark.
Still.
Because we love it.
It hurts.
Because it's a lot of fucking fun.
Can't see shit.
And y'all seem to like it too. Y'all being the people who are listening to this right now.
It's a great game. It's written by John Harper, distributed, produced by Evil Hat.
Which is a pretty badass company in terms of all the different games they've published. I've spent so long the last couple of months looking at all their cool shit.
Yeah, originally founded by Serbian mercenaries.
That's what first put me onto them.
Yeah, but then after they were driven out of Angola, they went into RPGs.
Yeah.
Anyway, Todd, what character are you playing today?
Well, that's kind of up in the air. I'm gonna begin as Nathan.
Sure.
Yeah, because we're back in downtime. We finished a score. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, score.
Got it.
Which was a murder.
I'm an expert.
Yep.
I've always said that.
Nathan, he is the conjoined chest twin of Uwe. Nathan is a
damned. Both of them.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like right now, Uwe is the conjoined chest twin of Nathan.
He is.
Well, yeah.
Right, because Nathan is in control now. And as we explained on the last episode, whenever they swap, whoever takes control, the person whose head is between the shoulders recesses into the chest cavity, and the other head pops up.
Yeah.
Right.
And takes control.
There's got to be a He-Man character that did that, right?
Well, like the bad guy in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that He-Man villain where the head popped down and it showed up on his spleen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nathan Man.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys remember those Power Rangers action figures where the heads flipped over to transform them?
No, I was having sex in the 90s,
Yeah,
Austin.
Oh, I was like 4.
Oh, okay.
So, no.
I mean, I
You
was
shouldn't have been playing with those toys at that age.
I was in my
sin.
50s in the 90s, so it's fine.
Corey, tell me about your character.
I'm good.
All right.
No, Toebeans, he's harmless, except when he's killing. He's done it a couple times. Hey, Toebeans done most of the murdering so far.
He really has.
Yeah, he killed the first guy at the fireworks show,
He did.
and he delivered the finishing blow on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, and TikTok did the rest of the murder, and I forget, really.
Yeah.
And he shot at Reagan.
Granted, y'all did a shit ton of damage, and then Toebean popped up and was like, stabby, stabby.
He's the guy that'd steal the kill in GoldenEye.
Right.
Austin?
Well, as always, I'm the lurker named Mitchum. Bright and colorful fella.
They chill the fuck out.
Jesus.
Well, you live in a dark world like this, you got to have a bright personality.
Okay.
All right, so as Corey said, we're in downtime right now. The score was just finished, so this is the part of Blades in the Dark where the crew collects their wits and their ill-gotten lucre.
Yeah. We did a lot of the bookkeeping off podcast just so we could kind of give you a report and then get to the main meat of the downtime so we could get back to free play and figure out what our next score is going to be.
Yeah, I feel like we definitely explained a lot of this stuff pretty adequately in the last downtime episode. So we decided, like, hey, let's cut out the XP divvying and all that stuff. So any of the narrative stuff we're going to do on here, but because that definitely adds dimension to the characters. But like the XP stuff and all that we did off podcast.
Yeah, we got rid of the paperwork.
Right.
Yeah.
But Austin, you want to briefly go through what the crew got from the last score?
Yeah, and Toebean died.
Yeah, he did.
He got too much experience. Just popped.
So all the characters did level up individually a little bit, either on action ratings or just gaining some experience on attributes. As a gang, we gained a lot of rep from that last job, but we also gained a lot of heat. We are actually one notch away from increasing our wanted level. But we pulled down a sweet 4 coin from that last job and gained the turf we were after.
We got turf, but it was that baseball stadium that got destroyed in the hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But, I mean, it's insured.
Good. Okay.
How much rep do we need to go after Moodang?
Toebean has turf toe.
Well, his hurt foot got exacerbated into a torn muscle, which to me means his toe has been like pulled from his body and is like long and floppy.
It's just dragging behind him?
Yeah.
Or...
You know, thanks for that nightmare image.
Which toe?
He had to cut a hole in his boot.
I So did he go to the Yosemite Sam School of Medicine?
Bahooga.
Yeah, so you guys have a significant amount of stress and injuries you probably need to deal with.
Hell yeah.
But let's talk about our podcast characters, please.
So the first thing we're going to do for downtime on this episode is roll for the entanglements to see if anything goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, so generally after a score, you got to make sure that you are on the lookout for reprisals and things like that, or just run-ins because you pissed somebody off with the job you pulled.
So you roll dice equal to your wanted level, which is still 0, right?
Yes, it is 0 for the time being.
So you're going to roll 2d6 and take the lowest. Who wants to roll that?
I'm assuming you guys don't want me to do that.
I don't want you here. You guys remember when we called Austin that day and was like, hey, you want to come play Green Knight? And then he just never left.
We were going to have guests every episode.
I know, it was going to be great. Charles, Buckner, everybody was coming.
I haven't left for 3 years.
Jesse Ventura was going to be on episode 7.
I just never got out of the fucking chair. They can't replace me if I'm not gone.
I mean,
true.
fucking Batista still won't return my calls because he was supposed to be part of Dune.
Oh, that's right.
I just been sitting here camped out playing games. Some lady called me, tells me she had a baby. I don't care. Please come home.
As you can tell, Austin's wife does not listen to our show.
Right.
No, I'm joking. But the plan to replace me has been held off by me for the time being with knives.
Okay, so Austin's not rolling the entanglements. We got that settled.
I'll
Todd,
roll.
Roll 2d6, take the lowest.
Well, the lowest is a 1.
And what's your heat level, Austin?
8.
Corey, roll a d6.
3.
Well, that's you. A few days after the score, Roddy Woodthorpe is walking through Night Market on his way to the flat he calls home when some blue cops come running out of an alleyway, punch him in the stomach, grab him, arrest him, and drag him down to the precinct station for an interrogation. They start questioning you about events in Silkshore, the murder of some foghounds, the death of some very valuable goats, and the misuse of a street vendor's advertising sign. So one of them is a blue coat you know. You guys actually have a positive relationship with the blue coats.
Yeah.
And in between the rough interrogations, while the other cops are out of the room,
At the coop, we have a big, thin blue line that wraps around the entire coop.
he essentially lays it out. You can pay them off with 3 coin, or they beat you up, which would mean you take a level 2 harm, and you tell them what they want to know for +3 heat. Now, you can resist each of those consequences separately, meaning the level 2 harm and the +3 heat. Obviously, if you pay 3 coin, that's not a consequence you could resist.
Start to say Corey's already got a level 2 harm, right?
Yes. My flop toe.
Nathan got goat kicked.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now, this would only be for Toebean, because he's the one the cops grabbed.
Gotcha.
Now, I mean, obviously, you would all suffer if you take heat. But, again, if you choose to take the beating and the heat, you can potentially resist those consequences.
Now, does Toebean have to carry the responsibility of the 3 coin?
No, that could come from the group.
Perfect.
Because we've each got 2 coin now.
Yes.
So my vote is that we each spend an individual coin to bribe them with 3 and keep the bank that we have for the crew at large.
Agree.
So Toebean turns to the blue coats and says, that's right. Always looking to help out law enforcement. You can have your coin there, chaps. I'll tell you where to find it. Fella goes by the name of Moonlight. The other guy might be Nathan.
They are happy to accept the donation to the Retired Policeman Fund. Each of you remove a coin from your sheet. That includes you, Trent.
Oh, no, I did not say I was giving any of my coin. I said to collect it from the other 2.
I said each of us individually.
You said that. I'm the one talking to the cops.
Well, we can give you another level 2 harm.
I'd rather not. I can't take another level 2 harm or my heart's going to give out.
You are correct.
I don't need 2 flop toes.
Do you have 2 level 2 harms?
No, I have 1, but I don't want 2.
You can have 2. That is possible.
By the way, how does that work, Kyle? If you've got 2 harm at level 2, does that mean minus 2D or still just minus 1?
Just -1.
Oh, okay.
You can have 2 cancers, and I don't want that call.
You can have
that's more than level 2.
you can have 3 cancers. This is America.
Decline. You
can have-
take their coin.
Yeah.
Cops.
Aetna will let you have as many cancers as you want.
Fuck this. I'm a boot-licking motherfucker nowadays.
So you guys pay off the blue coats.
Okay.
And they let Toebean out with just a couple of bruises.
Toebean says, no hard feelings there, chaps. And he throws his toe over his shoulders and strolls out the front of the police station.
Keep stretching.
He's been walking a lot. Plus, one of the cops shut it in a door, and he didn't notice for a bit, and he was briskly walking.
That's when they had you in the paddy wagon.
Yeah.
So it is now for your downtime activities. You can each have 2 downtime activities. Remember, if you want to reduce your stress through indulging your vice, this is the time to do that. If you want to hire a new gang or go out and buy a new sort of equipment.
So is our group of lungers, are they finished with their balloon punishment yet? Or?
Yeah, they're back. They're back on cue.
Do they feel okay about it?
They're pretty tired.
Okay.
One of them's dead.
Quite winded.
They've actually constructed an Eiffel Tower out of balloons.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They invented an air compressor to finish it.
In fact, there's a blimp hovering above the city.
Yeah. It's new.
Hitler's in it.
So I assume everyone needs to indulge their vice to recover stress.
Yep.
Yes, I'm gonna go see my friend Eldrin Pritchard at the Silver Swan Pleasure Barge, and I'm gonna snort some Spark. Spark is what I call Doritos Nacho Cheese Dust.
All right. Roll your lowest attribute, prowess, resolve, or insight.
So I will be rolling Resolve. That is my lowest attribute. The only thing I have in Resolve is a 1 in Consort.
Cool.
So rolling 1d6, and I want to roll high.
Well, you want to roll 4, actually.
Okay. That's a 6.
You're going to overindulge.
God damn it.
What does that mean? Does that mean Nathan stays or?
Well, it can mean it's up to Todd. So first off, all your stress goes away. Secondly, you snorted way too much Dorito dust mixed with cocaine.
Yeah.
So
Fucking ow.
you've got
Typical night on N64.
you've got some options for your overindulgence.
Okay.
You can attract trouble, which takes us back to entanglements. We roll entanglements again. You could brag about your exploits and take more heat. You can be lost. Essentially, Nathan goes away on a bender, or you can be tapped. You do something that causes your current vice purveyor to cut you off, and you'd have to find a new source for your vice.
Nathan is going to get lost making way for Uwe to return and take over.
Okay, so now, technically, that would happen at the end of this downtime, so you would still get a second downtime activity.
I'm going to do the asset thing.
Oh, okay. You're going to look for a doctor, right?
Yeah, look for a doctor for me and Toebean.
So basically, you roll your cruise tier, which is 0, so you roll 2d6 to take the lowest. And again, you want to roll high.
Well, I rolled 2 2s.
So this would result in, essentially, this is a failure. It would be tier -1, which there's no tier below 0. So in order to get a doctor that could actually help you, in order to find a doctor, you're going to have to spend some coin. You would essentially have to spend at least 1 coin to find a doctor that'd be willing to provide recovery for you guys. And that would be whoever, and this would apply to the other players. They could use recovery rolls then with the use of this doctor.
You know what? I'm going to spend my last coin.
Now, this generates a tier 0 doctor. So if you did a recovery roll, it'd roll 2d6, take the lowest. If you get another coin, say from the crew stash, you could go up to tier 1.
And Todd, I will say before you mark that coin off your sheet, this doctor is going to benefit the crew at large. So I'm fine spending a coin from the crew. We still have 3 coin in our bank.
Yeah.
So I'm fine spending a crew coin for that.
Okay, let's do that.
I do want to clarify, when you acquire an asset, it only lasts until the beginning of the next downtime.
Sure.
So you don't get it forever.
Okay.
Well, we got a shitty doctor. It's fine.
Yeah.
Doctor fucking feel good.
Essentially, you're paying off some... now, how much coin are you spending?
Just 1.
Just 1? Okay, so it's for a tier 0. So you have acquired an asset. You've contacted a sketchy, seedy doctor from the back end of Silkshore that nobody wants to talk about.
Dr. Love.
Now, technically, Todd, all your downtime activity rolls are done. But you still need to make a recovery roll because you have some injuries. So you can spend one of the crew's rep to take an extra downtime action. And you don't have to ask either of those jerks. You can just do it.
I'm going to just do it.
There you go.
Okay, I'll mark it off.
Now,
Fucking Nathan.
So roll 2d6, take the lowest for your recovery roll from this definitely alcoholic doctor.
More like Nathan for him.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a 2.
Okay. So on your sheet, there's a healing clock.
Yep.
That's going to advance 1 tick.
Do I lose my injury?
Nope. That clock needs to fill.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, injury's a big deal. But, I mean, you're not going to have to worry. Nathan's going to be gone here in a second. So, Corey, what are you going to do for downtime?
Well, I've definitely got to get rid of some stress because my meter's almost full. I'm 1 away from filling that meter, which I suspect leads to pain.
It's not great.
Okay.
Yeah. So indulge your vice.
Okay, my vice is luxury.
What's your lowest attribute?
Well, insight and prowess both have 2.
Yeah, so you just roll 2d6.
Okay. So I'm going to go see Chef Rizal at the Golden Plum restaurant.
He makes you a tartiflette with minimal rat feces.
That's not what I ordered. Specifically said nugget to me.
I put more chicken nuggets in between the potatoes and the bacon. They are hidden little nuggets of gold for you to prospect for.
I like the nuggets with the nuggets in between the nugget. And then stuff with nuggets, you cunt.
You're treading on dangerous ground.
Okay. Got a 5.
So you reduce your stress by 5.
Thank you.
I assume you don't overindulge in that case.
No, my stress was higher than anything I've ever seen.
Okay. Do you know what your second downtime activity is going to be? I assume it's going to be recovery because you're injured.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to get this toe right.
So you can use the shady doctor that Nathan hired.
Oh, great.
So in this case, you would roll 2d6 and take the lowest.
Okay.
And this is to advance your healing clock.
That's a 3.
Okay, so your clock is going to advance by 1 tick.
Okay.
Now, you could spend a rep and take a third downtime activity and recover more if you wished. Though, with such a low-quality doctor, it's probably not the best idea.
No, he's going to use this as like a badge of honor, something to strike fear into the hearts of criminals, much like the bat. But it's a floppy toe.
That was one of Batman's early powers.
It crashed through me window one night.
He keeps his toe looped on his belt now, like Indiana Jones.
Austin, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm vicing.
All right.
Mitchum loves going down to the Sergeant Velk's fighting pits and betting on the fights. But this time he doesn't join in. Yeah, this time I was betting on a chicken fighting a mongoose. The odds were terrible.
For which one?
The mongoose. You've seen those chickens. They wield knives.
We're fucking loyal, Kyle, to our people. Yeah.
I'm sure Duskwall chickens are probably essentially just velociraptors.
Why do you think we chose them as our avatar of fear?
That's how I make my money, Kyle. I put down 200 to 1 on the chicken.
Always bet on the chicken.
All right. Roll your lowest attribute, Austin.
All right, that'd be resolve at 1. That's a 5.
All right. Reduce your stress by 5. I assume that does not overindulge.
It does not. That is exactly what I needed.
And what is your second downtime activity going to be?
I'm going to do some training.
All right. What are you going to train?
I would like to train on prowess.
Cool.
And the KFC crew has a benefit in training for both insight and prowess. So I believe I take 2 notches instead of 1 here.
That is correct. And that is our downtime cycle. So, Todd, Nathan overindulged and he's lost to a stupor. So Uwe is returning, I assume?
Yes, I am back. It is I, Uwe.
Now, Todd, walk us through the physicality of what happens.
No.
Because I want to make sure I understand
Kyle,
it.
nuh-uh.
What?
No,
What?
I
What's
don't want to
wrong?
know about this.
No?
Let's just assume it popped up.
Yeah.
It's covered in whatever juices that he passes through.
But what about the sounds of the bones shifting?
Okay.
Is it disturbing?
Oh, see, I
or-
don't think of that. I think of a head just separating into slices like in Total Recall and him pulling it off like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wait. I just kind of imagined a wet splorch.
Yeah, it sounds very moist.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll get the mucus plug.
Shredding internal sinews.
Corey!
I didn't do nothing. Science and its physiology and the miracle of birth.
It's so good to be back. Took the advantage of my downtime and worked on my one-man show where I appear as Charles Nelson Riley reading the manifesto of Unabomber Ted Kaczynski.
Oh, lovely.
What the fuck?
Always enjoy a good neck birthing. And Toebean dabs off his forehead with his limp toe.
Yes.
Thank you, Toebean.
The sweat is just viscous.
Let's just stop talking.
Mitchum has stepped outside.
Yeah. After a few days recovering from the job, the three of you reconvene in the coop, your hideout on top of a derelict mansion in Night Market. You can see the city's teeming business district below, the few pigeons and chickens you keep in the coop cooing around you.
The lunger's just squeegeeing up all the juices
Yeah.
we produce with our toes and head births.
They don't mind cleaning Mitchum's room. They quite like it, actually.
Oh, well.
I'm glad you mentioned squeegee because when Nathan and Uwe do their transition, it kind of sounds like someone squeegeeing pudding.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for specifying that.
Okay.
So the three of you have to decide what your crew is going to do next.
We're going to church.
I get that. Yeah.
I'm actually quite on board with that. I think we got to go to the Church of Whale Blood and
Church of Whale Blood.
That's right. Yeah.
figure out where we're going from here. The next couple options we got for season turf comes from either informants or a cover operation. So informants will provide a plus 1D to gather info for any scores,
Oh.
Useful.
which we need.
Yeah.
The last episode was a shit show.
I don't know. That taxidermist was quite nice.
And the other option being cover operation, meaning we take -2 heat per score.
We just gained a shit ton of heat from that last one.
Yeah, I really like that option.
Okay.
I mean, both are good, but which one?
I'll vote minus heat.
Less heat, please.
All right, then. So we're going for the cover operation.
What kind of cover operation are you going to try to manufacture to cover your illicit criminal activities?
So by cover operation,
So the only description is that we get -2 heat per score. What that says to me, though, is that since it's relative to the execution of a score and the heat we take from it, it kind of gives us an opportunity to introduce ourselves in an incognito way
gotcha.
as far as the score goes. That's how I interpret it. That doesn't mean that's the only thing we have to do, but that's what would make the most sense.
Right, we're the mafioso with a successful dry cleaning business.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We're killer in the world of waste disposal.
Okay, gotcha. Got 2 words for you, gents. Blankets.
That's keep going.
Think about it. We live in dark times. Everybody's tuckered. We make pillows, fill them full of chicken feathers, and then we make blankets. That's our cover. Because
Fuck up.
everybody gets covered. I mean, for real, like, everybody's tired.
I'm sure they are. It's
dark,
very dark.
and so it's colder all
Yeah.
the time.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm tired right now.
Exactly.
It's not like they have a lot of unions. The people are overworked.
Like, we're all wearing shawls right now.
Are we?
It's October.
Yeah. Is there any way we could turn the blankets and pillows into a multi-level marketing scheme?
You guys are going to become the My Pillow guys for Dust Bowl?
It's not the direction I was hoping to go, but I think it works.
Guess what else you can do with pillows?
What's that?
Sit on them.
I thought you were going to say kill people. with
I
them.
did too. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Blankets can be tents.
I like the idea of them being stuffed with chicken feathers, though. What's the chicken version of down?
No, what do you call the feathers on their heads? That's something nicer, right?
Mohawk.
It's a flern or something, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Flurn.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Well,
That's
we-
actually the name of the cover operation.
We will harness the flern.
Hardest to flurn.
I learned about that in
That's a great catchphrase, mate.
I learned about that in Future Farmers of America.
Or, hey, check this out. Feel the flern. Step 2 profit.
That got Toebean going. Then we'll make covers.
For my suggestion, I'd say we go with Flern the Witch.
So you guys are going to start some business that makes blankets and pillows.
Blankets and pillows.
Yes.
Okay.
Check this out. We could make street-colored blankets. We'll cover up our bodies. They'll never know.
We could also cover our homeless brethren in these blankets and they would go undetected.
Yeah, but we're a non-profit.
Respectfully, boyos, I got one suggestion to make, or request, rather. Can we make it duvets instead of blankets?
I don't need water up me bum.
I got it.
No, blankets, pillows, chicken feathers.
Flern.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Learn.
Keep the flern flowing. The flern must flow.
What are you guys going to name this bullshit?
Kyle, that was a stupid question, I think.
Flern.
Flern. It stands for feathers like you right now.
It's actually spelled with an E.
It's actually fucking brilliant.
Oh, if it's an E, then feathers like everyone right now.
There you go.
Did we invent the blanket?
No.
Okay. I don't know this world, Kyle. You keep throwing all these curveballs at us, giant goats. I didn't know if there was a goddamn blanket.
I mean,
But we did invent down stuffing.
And Flern. Join us on our Flerney.
And now with more about Flern, here is actress Meredith Baxter Flerney.
Oh, lovely woman.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather your pillows and your blankets together, go out for a camping weekend, and call it Weekend at Flerney's.
Our jingle goes to everything Flern, Flern, Flern. There is a season, Flern, Flern,
Don't worry.
Flern.
I'll get me gondolier barbershop quartet working on this now.
So, Kyle, that's our cover operation.
Yeah, we're flirting.
gotcha. So here's the score that will get you this cover operation going.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot we had to do something.
Turns out,
Well, one good flan deserves another. Why the fuck would anybody listen to this? Seriously. No, I love you guys.
I mean, I just assume, they had a bad childhood, and
Right.
now they're working through some stuff.
Yeah.
And as they drive to the job that they hate to make money for the partner they can't stand in a house they don't like,
Stinky children.
we bring them some respite
By way of Flern.
by way of Flern.
For those that haven't figured it out yet, that's all this game's going to be from now on.
Is Flern's in the dark.
The three of you go to meet one of the magistrates in the night market district, a man named Bowmore.
Yeah.
You know he has connections to imperial trade and manufactories, and you float this idea of you guys taking on at least the appearance of some sort of consortium that imports pillows and blankets and brokers their manufacture.
Right. This is the patent office of this place.
Sort of.
The licensing?
Licensing, yeah. So he
okay.
tells you that
Blankets have already been invented, gentlemen. I hate to burst your Flern.
and he has you summarily shot. And next week we're gonna play Paranoia.
Good night, everybody.
No, I'm kidding.
Keep learning.
So you know that business licenses and trade duties these are commodities in Dustfall. These are traded like goods and services. They're very valuable, and most of the legitimate businesses are fronts for criminal enterprises.
Okay, I'm glad we decided to truncate the downtime because it was so cumbersome to highlight our gang creating an LLC.
It's action packed.
Watch out!
So the first thing you're gonna have to do is fill out some 1099s.
In blood.
I made copies. So he tells you that there might be a number of firms that are reaching the end of their license agreements, and perhaps if those firms were to become insolvent or trade you their licenses, he could arrange for you to take over certain businesses. So he tells you to go see a Mr. Strathmill down at the local tavern, and he might have some more information for you. And you know enough to know that he's pointing you in the direction of someone in the criminal underworld that's going to give you a target that could be advantageously taken out.
So essentially, if we can get some other licensed businesses out of the way, we'll be able to start up ours.
Right, yeah.
I mean, do we have to kill this guy? Can we give him just a Flern warning?
God damn
Jesus
it.
Christ.
God damn it. God damn it.
Well, you're supposed to talk to this guy to get the information. You're not supposed to kill anyone. So you go to the tavern to meet Strathmill, and he's sitting in a corner table, taking up most of it because he's a broad gentleman. Broad face, broad body, heavy beard. And you make your cursory introductions, and he looks you over, and you see that he has a ring on his finger with a circle of flame on it, indicating that he is, of course, part of the circle of flame.
Okay.
You gentlemen are looking for some business licenses.
Oh, yeah, that's correct there, bud.
Well, those are hard things to come by in Duskfall. What makes you so usefully qualified?
Well, sir, if we had to put it into one word,
Warmth.
well, that's not what I was thinking.
Comfort.
I believe what my associate is referring to is Flern.
Yeah, that's the one.
Flan, yes.
Oh, I see. Well, what I'm really getting at is, even once you get a license, there'll be a significant amount of paperwork. So if you could pay some cursory fees to help me expedite. He's looking for a bribe, a payoff.
All right, so as everyone remembers, the Circle of Flame are the gang who control the Silk Shore, which is the district where we mainly operate. We spent a single coin back in session 0 to make sure that we keep a neutral relationship with them. So right now, we don't have anything on either side of the scale with them in terms of relationship. And
Okay.
we want to try and keep it that way.
Well, it might behoove us to go ahead and like improve our relationship with this
Absolutely.
gang then.
Yeah. So essentially, here's the option that you have as players. You can pay this guy a coin, and he will give you the target.
Okay.
Or not, you can back off and find one yourself, and you'll have to gather information. Though paying him off will be a step towards endearing the Circle of Flame to you.
I mean, I'd say we spend the coin.
I'm fine with that. We've got coin in the bank still with the gang, right?
Yeah, we'll still have one left after this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's make it rain.
All right there, fella. One good flare deserves another.
So he tells you about a company called Helker Imports. They're a small import-export firm, mostly working out of an office in Night Market, not terribly far from your hideout.
Right, but they mostly deal with frund.
Yes, chiefly.
Yeah, bullshit.
But all their licenses are up for renewal soon, which, as far as these guys at Helker Imports think, is going to be simply stamping some paperwork and paying some fees and moving on. Your task is to either get them to transfer all their licenses to you, or, if you prefer, simply eliminate the ownership of Helker Imports.
Well, fella, I think you understand the type of route we'd be taking for a problem like that. We'll just take these people out, and then forevermore, that operating ground will be known as where the red fern grows.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I've never...
You did this, Corey.
There's a dead dog involved.
You started
now.
this.
No.
I don't like you.
Not many do. No, we'll kill these people.
Great. And he gets up and leaves. So you paid him off. Helker Imports. Take them out. License are yours. You have your cover operation.
Okay.
All right, so then our Get Info operation will be just all about learning about Helker Imports.
All right. You guys ready to gather some information about Helker Imports?
Sure.
Yeah. So I assume this guy gives us a little bit of information on them before he departs.
Nope.
Oh, great. Okay, so we're left to our own devices once again.
Yeah. Well, he gave you a good target. You have a name.
Right. Call question. So we've got our sly friends.
Yes.
We have the positive ones and the negative ones.
Yeah.
Can we get information from the negative ones as well?
Yeah. You can approach them.
Okay.
There just might be some consequences.
What do you mean?
They'll give you an ill look
Oh, I'm fine with that.
or other things that bad that happen.
Well, my enemy, for lack of a better term, is Harker. He's a jailbird.
Okay.
And basically, I'm going to say he did time because he got caught smuggling Nubble.
Nubble?
Yeah,
We're just making up words now?
Nubble is the hair of a crab's foot.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's dangerous.
of course. How did it slip my mind?
Is that somebody we can approach, our
Yeah.
enemies as well?
Yeah.
Because I think we've talked to all our friends.
They might just sabotage you.
Oh, okay.
My strange friend is Nyrix, a possessor ghost, and I'm wondering if I could send her to possess a employee and gather information for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's a solid plan.
Yeah, I mean, so you can set the scene where you go to meet Nyrix, presumably in someone's body. She in someone's body, I mean.
She's currently inside the body of a hot dog vendor.
Okay.
Hello, Nyrix. It's been some time since I have needed your services, but I need you to possess someone at Helker Industries, and while you're at it, I would like a Chicago dog, please.
Yeah, coming right up, Uwe, coming right up. She, in the body of a middle-aged man, slathers mustard and all sorts of stuff on a dog. Clearly has no idea how to make a Chicago dog. There's not even a pickle on it.
That's close enough, I guess.
I'll help you out how I can with these Helka fellas, but I gotta work a swing shift here.
Don't bite that dog. My toe got in it.
Strange friends, Uwe, strange friends. I tell you what, I will let you roll her quality to see what she can gather from going and possessing and clandestinely operating inside Helker Industries.
Okay.
And we'll treat her as a temporary cohort. So basically just roll a d6.
6.
Wow.
Woo! It's a flurn of a roll, as they say in this game.
Yes.
So Nyrix possesses a couple of people at Helker Imports and comes back and reports their main office is in a building called the Principal and Night Markets on the 3rd floor. And they have one wing for their clerks and office staff. The principal owner is Johann Helker. He owns 75% of the company. The secondary owner, a minor owner, is Elena Schmidt, who apparently inherited it from her late husband, who was Johann's original partner.
Her late husband, you say?
Yes,
What was his name?
Gustav.
Y'all, I haven't been able to use any of my special abilities yet because I just have one,
Okay,
and it's called Ghost Voice.
yeah.
You know the secret method to interact with a ghost or demon as if it was a normal person. Can I attempt to communicate with the dead husband, Gustav?
Nice.
Absolutely.
What a cool idea.
Yeah, I know. I'm great. They call me the Flurn of players. Soft
I agree.
but dangerous.
Soft but dangerous.
Is that what it
Well, you can choke on Flurn. It's tiny feathers.
I mean, choke on anything if you crammed enough down your throat.
That's why you're the GM.
Yeah. Nobody talks about choking on barbed wire, but technically it's possible.
Which Kyle was strongly considering.
The man knows facts.
Okay, so the way you'd have to do this is you'd probably need to get Uwe to summon the ghost. You guys would try to figure out if his ghost was still around, and then Uwe would call it forth,
Okay.
and then you could interrogate it. We'll just say Uwe does all that, because Uwe's good at that sort of nonsense.
Okay.
And you guys are holding a seance. It's late at night. The moon is high. Moonlight shining down through the old aviary. And you got a Ouija board.
Okay.
Your hands are on it. And it's like, who's here? Then it spells out Gustav. And then suddenly there's another ghostly pair of hands on it. And it's a old man, down at his back, infirm. Yeah, she, youngin'.
God fucking damn it. How is he prospecting?
No, he wouldn't be a prospector. I just had to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Guten Morgen! Oh. I am Gustav Schmidt. You've called me back from that neither.
Oh, hello there, loaf.
Hello, Gustav.
So Mitchum doesn't have this ability, so all he hears is someone screaming and like this unintelligible ghost sound.
It sounds strangely like a horse with night terrors.
What do you want?
So the ability, I gain potency when communicating with supernatural. What does potency mean?
Generally, potency is going to give you an increased effect. Basically, it means you're ideally suited for the task at hand due to disposition, training, or some special equipment. Like, for example, if you were trying to set a room on fire and you have a flamethrower, that would be considered potent for that action roll. So whatever ability that Toebean has mastered in talking to ghosts or demons or other things, he's very good at it.
Okay. So Toebean says to Gustav, "We hear about your old mate Helka and your ex, Elena.
She's not my ex. She's my widow. It's different.
How come she became your widow then?
Because
right?
I died, you Stumpkopf,
Oh, that's right.
after they murdered me.
What'd you ever do to them then?
I don't know. What have you rolled on your sway?
Well, let me get to swaying there, mate. So I'm going to try to sway Gustav to give us info on the company.
Okay.
And I have a 2 in sway.
Okay.
Does my potency with communicating with ghosts, does that have any bearing on this?
It's going to give you increased effect based on what you roll. So, and I would say you can take help from a teammate, in this case, Uwe, though Todd would have to spend stress, but...
I'll spend a stress.
All right.
Okay, well, that will give me 3 die. Got a 4.
I'm very much looking forward to vengeance against them.
Why is that then, mate?
They poisoned me. Johann wanted more of the business, and Elena was willing to sell him. We had it 50-50. I didn't want to sell anything, but Elena was like, oh, you should sell. And I was like, no, I don't want to. You poncy little schemer. You temptress. And then I smacked her. But I did not know that my coffee was poisoned. So, in retrospect, maybe I'm not so bad. But she poisoned me, and then she sold some parts of the business to Johann.
Do you think it was possible they were getting busy between the Flern comforters?
So, maybe, I don't know what they were doing, but the main area I'm more concerned with is the poisoning of me. So, is there any specific information you want to get from Gustav?
Basically, I'm looking for information on the business itself and if there's any good ways into the facility and information about Helker himself, like any weaknesses he may have.
Or any vulnerabilities in their partnership.
Sure.
So Johann has a discreet entrance to his offices. They're on the 3rd floor of the Principate, but he has his own private stairway.
Oh.
And in terms of vulnerabilities, I mean, he is a normal person. He doesn't have a huge bodyguard or anything like that. He is known to burn the midnight oil almost always.
Okay. So we could basically gain access to the business without having to go through guards and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Because import-exports, we're talking about elite shock troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gustav doesn't think there's any hanky-panky going on just because Johann is essentially an asexual workaholic and does nothing but stay at the office.
Okay.
All right, and so that gives me the idea for my information gathering round.
All right, what is your idea?
Mitchum's going to just simply conduct surveillance over this secret passage into the business.
Okay.
And over a little bit of time, get a sense of the traffic going in and out to try and learn Helker's habits.
All right.
So I'm assuming this is probably going to be something in insight.
I mean, this sounds like survey.
Okay, I have a 1 in survey, thanks to my recent upgrade.
Toebean also has survey. Can I help in this situation since I've gathered ghost information?
If you want to spend the stress, sure.
You know what? I'm still not doing great. I cleared some of the stress.
I cleared my stress down to 0, so I can push myself. Actually, can I on information gathering, Kyle?
I mean, if you want to spend the stress, sure.
That's okay. I'm just going to roll the 1. We've got a lot of information already. We've done a lot better this time around.
Real quick, can we thank Gustav for his help? Austin just kind of butted in and...
You're very welcome.
Just wanted to say thank you. My friends aren't very polite.
Thank you, Gustav.
Oh, yeah, I don't give a flying lick about ghosts.
Feel free to tag along there, Gustav, if you want to get to the truth of your murder.
I've got some time before my next shift, so I may come along.
Well, come along then, mate.
All right, so, Austin, you're going to roll your survey?
Yeah, rolling 1d6. That's a 4.
Johann Helker gets there early in the morning, leaves late at night. He doesn't have a bodyguard as much, but he does have a driver and a valet who could be armed. You're not sure.
Okay, so he's got a private carriage.
Yeah, he's rich.
And they drive up, I assume, goat-driven.
Yes, it is a goat-drawn carriage.
Okay. To like a side entrance.
Yeah, it's not it's on the back side of the building. It is an obvious entrance. It's just private, reserved for, it's out of the way. You'd have to go around the building. And,
It's without fanfare.
yes, that is a good way to describe
It's not the
it.
front of the building.
Correct.
Okay.
So I think you guys have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first instinct is to try and take out Helker early in the morning on his way to the office and then ambush Schmidt when she tries to make rendezvous with him in his office.
Oh, we're getting both of them?
We'll have to. I mean,
Cool.
we've got to take this company out. That means we have to take out the entire leadership and at least have enough control to be able to shut it down. So
Yeah.
to me, that means we'll have to take out Helker on his way to the office, then use the secret entrance to get up to the office and ambush Schmidt when she tries to have a meeting with him.
Then we're going to get the fucking accountant. We're getting the janitor. We're getting everybody. This is scorched fucking earth, gentlemen. Cool.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I mean, holy shit. Is that some dark stuff?
I forgot you were there, Gustav.
Yeah. Redfield was a good janitor. So is this assault, deception?
So to me, this will be a combination of stealth and assault.
Okay.
I think heavy on stealth again, like our first mission.
Yes.
Because we definitely don't want to draw attention to ourselves. We're trying to do a hostile takeover via murder with this company.
Very hostile.
Yeah, with
So we'll basically be, we don't have to hijack another carriage. I think we can probably ambush him at the entrance to the building. So we'll have to deal with him and his valet. But
yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, even if he does make it to his office, it's a private office. So, it's a good place to kill somebody. Trust me.
What? Okay, so what load are you taking in terms of weapons and equipment? Light, normal, or heavy?
all right, so I'm generally the facilitator for a lot of the secret stuff that goes on. So I'm actually going to take a normal 5 load.
Okay.
And everybody remember that we've got assassin's rigging, so we get 2 free load of weapons or equipment if we need it.
Oh, cool.
So that means I can probably be the heavily laden one, and if you guys need to be a little more agile and light, that's fine.
I will take light.
Toebean's going to go normal on this one as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in the shadows.
So who's going to make the engagement roll?
I'll do this one.
Okay.
So start out with a D6. Do you think this is particularly bold or daring? I think it's pretty standard for what you guys do. I don't think it's particularly bold or daring. It's just
Agreed.
normal.
I think it's more of a stealthy assassination attempt.
They're not higher tier. They're not particularly set up to defend against the sort of thing. I think this is going to be a 2D engagement roll.
Okay. 6.
Wow, nice.
So you're going to start out in a controlled position next week on Bastard Quest.
Oh.
Ooh.
There we go.
Or if you're listening to all these at some point in the future where we finish this, it could be in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Get to listening.
Yeah. Just
That's how things go when Blades in the Flern.
Yeah, skip that barrel and bond bullshit. Get
Yep.
to more killing.
Yeah.
Yay.
Refill that glass and pop some popcorn and listen to the next episode. Or you could take the time between episodes to go to NorseFoundry.com.
Todd, what's Norse Foundry?
It's a place that makes dice, Kyle.
Oh my God!
And they make dice out of all manner of materials and shapes and sizes. And they also have merch, t-shirts, and whatnot. And when you place your order, use promo code CHAM, that's C-H-A-M, to receive the Bastard Quest 10% discount.
Are you telling me I could get a Flern die right now?
Right now?
Flern is available.
Oh my God!
That sounds like a really shitty dice.
I wasn't paying attention earlier, and I'm not entirely sure what that means.
So go to NorseFoundry.com and ask for Flern.
Don't do that. They'll look at you like you're a moron.
You know where else will look at you like you're a moron if you order Flern?
Barrel and Bond.
Right there on 100 Broadway.
But they're liars because there's some in the bathroom.
That's right. Barrel and Bond, our sponsor, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right there on the banks of the Ohio River.
The inventors of Flern.
Flern. Give us the Harry Carey.
Hi, you got any Flern? Like if you're just, do you think if you're a scientist and you discovered Flern, they'd call it your name?
God damn it. That man passed too soon. He
did.
was born to say Flern.
It was on a Saturday afternoon, just a random, summer watching a Cubs game on WGN back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Listen to Harry Carey talk about birds for an hour.
And speaking of killing an hour on a Saturday, we also gained a new friend in the world of playing games. Corey?
Yeah, so we realize the majority of our listeners do not live in Paducah, Kentucky, but there's a new business downtown. We want to give them a shout out. We want to take care of our own backyard here and give props to our local people, local businesses. It's called the Play Portal down at 222 Kentucky Avenue, unit number 2. So right behind Barrel and Bond.
Yeah.
So get hammered and then go into this family-friendly establishment where groups of people... disregard.
Don't do that.
Yeah. No, Play Portal, they're good people down there. It's a good place to go meet other gamers, play games with your friends, do whatever. Just a place to gather with your friends and play games. They're open Friday, Saturday, and Sundays currently. You can Google them to get all their pertinent info. And they also work pretty closely with a local nonprofit in town called the Dice Alliance. I've worked with them a few times. Dice Alliance is basically a nonprofit that is dedicated to making the world a better place through the avenue of gaming. Everyone's welcome around our table. Through gaming, we hope to promote social inclusion and interaction to help encourage personal growth. Sounds good to me. They definitely give like kids something to do after school and stuff, and teach them how to play Blades in the Dark. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. No, they're great entities in our area, so we definitely wanted to give them a shout out.
Absolutely. Also, a shout out to you, our loyal listeners, both our patrons and people who just randomly pull us up and listen as you're driving to your job or
your mom's house or something.
Or church.
It's Sunday
or-
afternoon and
yeah.
she's making empanadas.
Sure.
And you didn't call me.
And if you're not a patron, take a look at our patreon.com/bastardquest and consider becoming a bastard.
Yeah, but just thanks in general for listening to this shit.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking. Thanks for being there.
Thanks for listening. I'm Kyle.
I'm Flern.
Corey.
I'm Austin.